Ribeiro drops back to Josi. Throws one ahead that deflects off Neal. The puck back to Weber, who misplayed it. Daniel Sedin in, he shoots, and just off the glove of Rinne and wide of the goal. Try to backhand it. Predators come up with the puck, and Ryan Ellis brings it to center on the right wing. Taylor Beck going to the net, takes the pass, low shot, stick save by Lack. Olli Jokinen keeps the puck in. Colin Wilson trying to backhander that didn't get through. Canucks the other way, Chris Higgins. Pass block, now he gets it through. Hansen finds Bonino, tried to pull it to the backhand, and sprawling was Ekholm to make the play. Now Spies with a drive, blocked by Neal. They start with the second unit. Hansen to the side, here's a centering pass. Bieksa is robbed by Rinne. Kevin Bieksa denied his first goal of the season on a beautiful setup in front. Canucks hold the puck in, Hamhuis to Nick Bonino. In front for Higgins, stopped twice by Rinne. The first on a deflection and then on his own rebound. But he pokes the puck along the end boards. Henrik into the corner for Vrbata. Try to get it back towards Edler, who stepped up and nailed Nystrom after blocking Nystrom's clearing attempt. Passes to Brad Richardson. And back to Hamhuis, who throws one ahead to Kevin Bieksa. Here's Cassian on the left wing. Wrist shot swallowed up by Rinne. Dubsman. That shot by Edler hit Cassian. And here comes Mike Ribeiro for Nashville. Drops off for Neal, stopped by Eddie Lack. James Neal looking for his 8th goal of the season already. Now Matthias kicks the puck to Cassian. Richardson racing to join him. Cassian in, cuts in front, he shoots, Rinne the save. Had a little trouble with it, puck still loose, and now he's able to cover. Took a shot at Radim Vrbata. Predators come up with the puck and Josi fires it to the side. Wilson in, throws on the brakes, looking in front. Passes to Beck, quick shot, Eddie Lack the save. Just over 9 minutes gone in the first. And Nystrom checks Tanev along the boards. He's able to play the puck around to Edler, who's passed the flex right to Ribeiro. Slap shot, Lack the save, and he hangs on. Face-off win, and Vrbata, quick shot went wide. Oh, a hard hit, Spiza. He's going to be challenged by Weber here after running over Taylor Beck, and they drop the gloves. And the linesmen jump in early. Spiza, second big hit of the game. First one belonged to Edler on Nystrom, and Taylor Beck on the receiving end of this one.
Linesman got in there too fast.
Henrik Sedin to Alex Edler. Wrist shot, hit the bar, then it deflected in. Off Daniel Sedin, I think. Just got in over the line, and the Canucks lead 1-0.
A good screen in front of Pekka Rinne. And Alex Edler, get the shot through. It's a wrist shot. Radim Vrbata and Alex Edler. Daniel Sedin is right in the shooting lane.
Oh, hit Rinne.
Hit Rinne. Daniel won't get a point on this one, but he is the reason that goes in. Because he is lined up. Look at the perfect screen by Daniel Sedin. Hits Pekka Rinne just below the 35. And bounces in the net.
So it'll be Edler's second of this. I've seen him with glasses on before.
Maybe the contacts got shifted around.
Here's a chance for Ellis. Lack the save as he squared himself and was able to hang on.
Pekka Rinne.
Bonino couldn't get the puck out. Predators set it up. Here's Ekholm cutting it on goal. That either hit Weber or Lack, and the puck went out of play. Forsberg down the left side, cuts to the middle, now drops off. Ellis tried to return the pass. Canucks intercept, and they're 2-on-1 the other way. Hansen with Higgins. Jannik Hansen in, centers Higgins, Deeks. Oh, and a stop by Rinne. The puck is cleared out of the crease. Cullen again to James Neal. Backhands one in front. Forsberg. Oh, it's off Hamhuis in. Puck was headed wide, but off the stick of Dan Hamhuis, and a power play goal by Nashville ties the game in 1.
And Dan Hamhuis is trying to get his stick in on this one, and there was no reason. That one would have gone right through, and there's nobody there, and Dan is just trying to knock it down, and instead he knocks it into his own net.
And the Canucks minus both a defenseman and a forward as Lack able to fight off the traffic in the crease. Wide on Jones, who knocked the puck away. Richardson goes after it in the corner. Kassian from behind the goal. Comes under the backhand to the crease. Richardson couldn't jam it home, and Rene dives out and covers the puck. Ellis drives the puck in. Derek Roy across. Weber shoots, and he missed the net. Eric Nystrom. Gostad racing to join him as Nystrom moves in with a wrist shot. Eddie Lack handles that with a blocker.
On your left.
Now Gostad from a sharp angle, and Lack makes the save. Weber to Bartley at the left point. Here's Colin Wilson again. And coming out front with a shot, quick whistle. As Lack made the save, Forsberg shoots the puck around and out. Hamhuis didn't get much on his pass, and the Predators move back in. Forsberg slap shot, and Lack takes that one in the crest and hangs on. Roy able to step in front of Bonino and intercept. Here's Jokinen who had that close call on his last foray down the left wing. This slap shot off the stick of Eddie Lack. We'll play the rest of the game. Down 2 bodies. Gostad spinning out from behind the goal, tried to center, now gets a shot away, stopped by Lack, who had the bottom of the net covered. Kassian, back to Spiza, followed the puck, and it's outside the line to center. Neal sends it across. Forsberg moves in with a wrist shot, and went off the knob of the goal stick of Eddie Lack. I think Tom Sestito has left this game with an injury. Here's a chance for Danielson. He ran off the hop off the outside of the net. As in the opening 10 seconds, one on goal, and Lack had the bottom of the net covered. Even though he might not have seen that one with the traffic in front. Now Spiza again. Can't get the puck out, and a left pad saved by Lack off Smith. Mathias to Dorsett. Canucks with numbers. Dorsett in on the left wing. Gets to the crease. He's poke check Mathias on the rebound. The net's been knocked off. As Mathias tried to put it in from a sharp angle, and Richardson trying to hook one in front now. Mathias to the backhander, stopped by Rene. Richardson on the rebound, couldn't put it home, but he gets the puck back to Spiza. Long wrist shot. Here's Mathias. He was checked before he could pull the trigger. Edler to Spiza behind him. 6.5 into the third, a 1-1 tie. James Neal. Wide, now into the middle. They score! Forsberg is second of the game.
Make the line change, and here comes James Neal. Goes wide on Alex Edler, protects the puck. Leans in, and there's Forsberg in behind. As nobody picks him up. Canucks were in the middle of a change, and the guys coming off the bench didn't get there in time. And
standing on his pass, and Hughes might be trapped here. Smith has Cullen in front. Craig Smith centers Cullen, heeled it wide of the goal, and now the net knocked off. Officials take a look at it as Derek Roy complains that Dan Hamhuis knocked the net off on purpose. Behind the goal. Back to Ellis. Henrik steals, trying to break out with Daniel. Henrik down the right side, leaves for Daniel Sedin. Weak shot as it fluttered off the stick, and Rene able to make the save and hang on. Seeing out to center. Neal moves back in. Drops Ribeiro. Here's Neal, hit the outside of the net. Forsberg on the rebound, stopped by Eddie Lack, looking for the hat trick, and Vrbata clears the puck down the ice. Daniel, puck caught by Roy, and now Daniel tries to find some space. Vrbata helping a pass back for Edler. Wrist one in front, and Rene clears that to the corner. Puck free. Mathias ran into the broken stick, and that allowed the Predators to get the puck back. Forsberg again, wrist shot off the mask of Lack, I think. Then he stopped the rebound with the left pad. And Philip Forsberg chopped down by Richardson. Sharp angle shot, they score! Colin Wilson, short side, I think, up under the bar, and that should do it. It's 3-1 Nashville.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
You're looking at me funny.
No, I'm not at all. And this is one of those that Eddie Lack had Dan Hamhuis, and Dan Hamhuis slides across. Could have been a penalty there, not called. Rolling puck, and it just goes up short side on Eddie Lack. He doesn't see it.
Should be another point for Forsberg as Colin Wilson gets the third Nashville goal. Now here's Nystrom breaking it. Puck jammed in front. Gostad takes it to the corner.
So chances are Rinne will play every game.
Canucks now 0-3 on the season, the second half of back-to-backs. Philip Forsberg, 2 goals and assists.